Alright, I'm going to be responding to Dana's speech about the Electoral College. Her major claim was that the Electoral College is obsolete. She had the three following secondary claims. One, the majority of Americans are dissatisfied with the process. Two, the Electoral College encourages campaigns to ignore most of the country. And three, the Electoral College discourages voter participation. Alright, her first supporting claim, which is that the majority of Americans are dissatisfied with the process, I found to be questionable because there's no adequate proof to actually back up the claim. Her first piece of evidence was a quote that said the Electoral College deprived the voters of total power over the election. The Electoral College actually doesn't deprive voters of the power over the election. In fact, the Electoral College and popular vote have disagreed only 4 times in the history of the United States: in 1824, 1876, 1888, and 2000. This proves that the system actually represents the votes of the people in a pretty accurate manner. Her second piece of evidence stated that the Electoral College is controversial, criticized, and poorly understood. Well, in 2001, Gallup asked in one of its polls if people understood how the Electoral College works. The results show that 72% of Americans said they did know how it works. This means that the people do, in fact, understand the system of the Electoral College pretty well. Her third piece of evidence was taken from Gallup polls, a Gallup polls report, and said that people have continually expressed support for an amendment to the Constitution that would allow for direct election of the president. Alex Keesar, a professor of history and social policy at Harvard University, said that there have been an estimated 800 proposed amendments to get rid of the Electoral College since the early 19th century. Since this amendment has not yet been passed, it is obvious that the people have not actually been very supportive of this change, even though it has been available for many years. Her second supporting claim was that the Electoral College encourages campaigns to ignore most of the country. This isn't true because the candidates actually take an interest in the majority of the country by visiting the states with the most electoral votes available. These are also the states with large populations that make up a lot of the country. It would not make sense for the candidates to visit places with few people because it wouldn't really help them. I found a lot of the evidence provided contradicted her supporting claim. Her first point here was that 17 of the 28 smallest states had no visits from presidential candidates. This evidence contradicts the supporting claim because 17 of the smallest states out of the entire 50 states is not most of the country, it's actually a minute portion of the country. These states would not make enough of an impact on the results for the candidates to take their time to visit them. Another piece of evidence used was that the Electoral College provides an incentive to visit the large competitive states. This also contradicts the supporting claim because, again, the larger states make up a large majority of the population in the country, not a minority. Her last supporting claim was that the Electoral College discourages voter participation. I'm going to dismiss this claim because it isn't true and provide a counterclaim. The counterclaim is as follows. According to America.gov, in the election of 2004, 120 million people voted. This was the largest voter turnout in U.S. history. In the recent 2008 election, a record-breaking voter turnout was highly expected. This proves that voter participation has not been discouraged, but has actually been increasing over the past elections. As you can see, this is the opposite of what the supporting claim states. To conclude, I believe that the evidence provided for the supporting claims is not accurate enough to make a strong case for the major claim, which was that the Electoral College is obsolete. Thank you.